Hello and welcome to another edition of Stock Watch. So as we get into the back end of the trading week, in the last few trading sessions, we hear that Pfizer have actually started conducting phase 1 trials of their anti-COVID-19 pill, and that could be given to patients showing early signs of the illness. So this is to run alongside the current vaccination that it has on the market since the 9th of November. And what it should do is actually help people that have actually been already inoculated with the COVID-19 vaccination. So it's a bit like the flu jab. If you do get a jab on certain colds or flus, you're still not immune for the rest of your life. So it's basically Pfizer saying that if you have had the vaccination, in a year's time, if you still start showing early signs of the COVID-19 illness once more, then the pill could be an effective remedy to counteract this. So the phase 1 trials of the oral candidate is being conducted in America only at the moment, and early studies have demonstrated that the drug holds the potential to stop the virus from replicating and developing once more. And you know, the COVID pills are not the only medical development taking place in the form of vaccines. A Vancouver-based pharmaceutical company has announced that its anti-COVID nasal spray has received manufacturing approval as well. So not only are we looking at phase 1 trials of a pill, then we're also looking at a nasal spray as well. So will Pfizer and companies like Johnson & Johnson pick up on this to try and get that in the market? And whilst all these rumours and news are flying around about COVID, as we hear on a daily basis, we've also got to keep an eye on other potential pharmaceutical companies. I'm keeping my eye on Johnson & Johnson as well, as you know, their inoculation vaccination is doing very well. It only requires one single dose. It can be kept at refrigerated temperatures instead of sub-zero temperatures as well. And obviously, if you think about supply constraints as well, having one jab instead of two can be very beneficial. We've obviously heard this oil tanker that's been stuck in the Suez Canal for most of the week and is looking like it's going to be there for a while. Excuse me. This could actually keep certain containers from running into countries that need these vaccinations, depending on what's on the containers. So the Suez Canal is probably one of the busiest shipping canals in the world. So if that gets stuck, then we could see supply really start to worry depreciate on a worrying demand. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. Will it affect any of the pharmaceutical companies? We'll have to wait and see. At the moment though, I'm looking at Pfizer and with the assistance of the Ichimoku cloud. And now what we're seeing at the moment is, obviously we've had this detrimental downturn in the best part of Q1, and now we're seeing it trying to get back on its feet. But as I can see here, it's just entering the Ichimoku cloud here, and we're just seeing a slight resistance. And looking on the RSI as well, I'm seeing that if we, momentum keeps pushing higher, then we could be in for some kind of hidden bearish divergence if momentum keeps pushing higher. But then we've got lower lows on the chart. So just something to look out for. That's a little bit precarious for Pfizer at the moment and most pharmaceutical companies. So if we can break through this cloud and keep on progressing higher, excuse me, then I'll be looking probably at the recent peaks, roughly at the higher end of $30. But at the moment we're trading in the middle of $30. Could we see a depreciation to the lower amount? Then we'll have to wait and see what the news headlines are. As I said, with this oil tanker that's still sorry, not oil tanker, this container that's still stuck in the Suez Canal, then we'll see if that brings out any headlines on containment issues for Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. Speaking of Johnson & Johnson, I'm just taking a look at them as well. At the moment, they're progressively onto the upside. I'm not seeing much of a depreciation in their prices at the moment. It's looking very, very buoyant, very bullish, very bid at the moment. Nothing much on the RSI to really give me momentum. I'm just looking at headlines again. Obviously, Johnson & Johnson's successful vaccination rollout. It's slow, but it's steady. And as I said earlier, it gives a few more benefits to the Pfizer jab as well. So I'm just going to be looking at this kind of $8 to $10 range at the moment to see where I'm going to probably be starting to put buy or sell positions in, depending on which way we go. If we cross these two lines here, then I'll be looking at further fresh highs, probably to this false spike here, or just probably below to the 170 region. If not, then further downside bias through this level and possibly to the lower end of $150. So just something to keep an eye on the next few trading sessions, and obviously keep an eye out for Pfizer headlines and vaccination headlines in general. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.